call is Dawson Odums, head coach at Southern University. And Southern defeated Arkansas Pine Bluff 29-21. This week they'll host Alcorn State at 5:30. Good morning, Coach. Are you with us?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Good, Coach. Thanks for asking. If you will, talk about last week with your victory over Pine Bluff and preview Alcorn State.
Well, we got on the road and had a nice trip up to Arkansas, and I really thought the guys were focused. We had a good night in the hotel on Friday night, and it showed. I think we played our first complete game. We still made some mistakes, but I think offensively, defensively, and special teams, we put it together in all three phases. So it was good to watch. It was a good football team. That quarterback gave you problems. He got away from us a couple of times, but we were able to hold on. Our quarterback played much better. Dre Joseph bounced back and finally had a 100-yard rusher. So our running game came around. So to see those things that we've been talking about all year come together, it was a pleasant win for us. They did not accomplish their first win against us. We accomplished our goal on the go in there and win the football game, and that's what we did. Coming up, we have a very good football team. Well coached. Coach Hobby have his guys ready to play offensively and defensively. They understand what they want to do and how they want to do it, and we see them on film. They do a great job of executing. So I think it's going to be a great game here this weekend, and we're excited to be having homecoming here on the bluffs of the Mississippi River.
The floor is now open for Dawson Odums, head coach at Southern University.
Hey, Coach Odums, good morning. Charles Edmond from WPRL.
Good morning. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, Coach. Talk about the Southern-Alcorn rivalry. Of course, Alcorn's the closest school to Southern geographically. You had a game that come down to the final seconds last year, and it seems like every year Southern and Alcorn are nail-biters.
Exactly. It seems like every game we play in this year have been nail-biters in the conference. It's a great opportunity. The fans are excited. We're real close to each other. It's just a great atmosphere. The two schools have had good tradition. Both teams are winning right now, so they're in control of their own destiny. So it'll be an exciting football game.
Talk about Arnold Walker, Coach. Of course, when you talk about the Braves and the running attack, Arnold Walker, the senior, had a 100-yard effort running the ball against Texas Southern. Talk about Arnold Walker and what you see in him.
Well, very good. He got great balance, run the ball really hard, got good vision, just a determined back, and they seem to get the ball in his hands, whether it's in the backfield or out in space, he can make plays. So we definitely going to have to pay attention to him.
Coach, what have you learned about your team? I mean, you just talked about the nail-biters. It seems like every game is gut-wrenching, win or lose. What are you finding out and learning about the inner part of your team and trying to gut these games out?
Well, just stay positive. They understanding that. They're keeping their composure. They play with some excitement and some passion, and we're playing hard for 60 minutes, and we can continue to do those things. It ought to lead to some victories going down the stretch, but I'm excited about how hard we're playing and the execution and the passion that you're seeing.
Coach, can you talk about your defense's performance last week? You gave up 400 yards, but you had 2 key turnovers, 2 key sacks in the game, and played a very good quarterback, Mr. Anderson, and there's not many guys like that in the league. Can you just talk about their performance overall?
Well, our goal was to go in and try to prevent him from running the football or getting big runs, because when you watch him on film, he's just as deadly with his feet as he is with his arm. So we tried to control him and keep him in the pocket, and for the most part, we did a good job of that. Their offense, these spread offenses spread you from sideline to sideline. They're going to move the football, but the ultimate goal is to try to keep them out of the end zone, and I think we did a good job of that. So, we don't concern ourselves with yards, because we know each team that we play in these spread offenses got players that can put up some good numbers, but that big number is keeping them out of the end zone. If we do that, we think our chances improve in winning.
Coach, a couple of questions about the defensive secondary. First, Virgil, I noticed lately y'all been moving him in the slot, playing him in the nickel package, over the slot receiver. What does that do for your defense? And, he blitzes a lot, and you're also able to drop him in coverage. And then secondly, you talk about the 2 safeties that you have. It seems like McDuffie and Cook are just always around the ball, always making plays for you, and at critical points in the time as well.
Well, they're getting better every week. I think they understand what we're trying to do and accomplish as a defense. Virgil's exciting. He's a heady football player. It's good to have him in the slot because we can match him up usually on some of the better receivers. And he also is a great blitzer. He understands how to maneuver his way through the inside gaps as well as come off the corner. Can't say enough about our safeties. They get lined up and they make plays and usually make them when we need them the most. You know, there's some guys that look to hit you. You know, we just keep getting better in our coverage and skills back there, and it ought to be a good defense going down the stretch.
This weekend you had two guys step up for you that really haven't done a whole lot this year, Randall Menard and Justin Morgan. And can you just talk about those two guys' performance, and the reason why a couple weeks ago y'all decided to take the red shirt off of Menard?
Well, I think you saw it in that game. He can catch the football, give us another added weapon on offense, and so we're excited about that. And Justin Morgan is just a fantastic talent. You know, once we get him the football, he's capable of going the distance anytime he touches it. So that allows the pressure to be taken off of Willie Quinn and Lee Dawson. And we're going to stretch teams from sideline to sideline as well. So we have enough talent to do that, and our receiver core is probably the strength of our football team. And you're starting to see it now as we put it together.
This is small, but you have a lot of guys that can return kicks. How do you see that, shaping up for the rest of the season? I mean, you got 5 guys, in my opinion, that can return a kick at any point for a touchdown. How do you get all those guys back there to return them?
Well, it's just reps, During practice, we figure out what's the best combination. Getting Jaleel Richardson back to reps away from somebody because, he's good at it. So that's a plus, I think, as a coach, is to have depth in the return game because you need to be able to get points other than offense, and we think we can do that in our special teams.
Coach, what about
questions? Go ahead.
Coach,
yes, sir.
Coach, what about the pressure that your defensive line was able to generate this past game? And, from my perspective, that was one of the better games they played up front. And you were able to, maybe you didn't get as many sacks as you want, but you still got 2, and you're able to harass Anderson a little bit and get him off his spot a little bit in the pocket.
Well, not only do they get pressure, they did a good job of rush lanes, really keep them in the pocket. We're starting to get better. I think we're starting to understand how to rush the quarterback and really doing a good job of film studying and finding out what we can take advantage of. So, I was just excited to see Daniel Brown, Molly, some of those guys. Kadeem had a tip pass that got intercepted. Gabriel Echols had the first sack of the year. So it's just good to see those guys playing hard. And that's half the battle. If you just play hard when you're in the trenches, you got a chance.